Hey, Gavax here, and welcome to Market Monday. So we've got a lot to talk about today, from Lamar Jackson coming out tomorrow on Team of the Week and everything you need to know about how to profit on Team of the Week. We got the Ultimate Kickoff that's coming this week. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about Series 2, but I think I might wait maybe till next week to go more into depth on that. We'll talk about a little flashback set, Legends going out to 91 overall, and then the market numbers and prices right there. So let's get right into the new card dropping tomorrow that we know of. Oop, let me center that a little bit for you. So Lamar Jackson, actually let me move it over here so that way you can see the stats. Basically faster than Vic, right-handed, but less throw power. So a very demanded card, somebody that can get the escape artist. They confirmed he can get tier 3 abilities on Twitter. Scrambling quarterback, so man, did he crash Vic's market. Vic, just 72 hours ago was going for 3.5 million. I was able to sell mine around that time for 3.8 something million, made a profit off my buy and sell of the Vic. But this card basically brought his coin cost down to 2 million. That's Vic's cost. So if you consider him Vic-ish, and he's got better, like I said, speed, better throw under pressure, worse throw on the run, worse throw power, I don't think he's as good as Vic because of the lack of throw power. But being faster and Vic-ish means he's got a lot of value. So is his inherent value as set by maybe the Madden market or how much people are willing to pay for Vic. Maybe Lamar costs, half on like a kind of an equal scale-ish. But the thing is, Vic's limited, so that's sub to supply. So anyways, this is going to be valued at like a 1,000,000 coin card. But supply and demand makes up more of card prices than just stats. So we can see his card dropping for 500k, 400. He is a 90 overall. And if we look at training prices for 90 overalls, 90 overall, I just updated this a few minutes ago, are training priced at 230. So his lowest value that we think he's going to get to could be 230, unless of course the market crashes or goes up or whatever it goes. But generally 235 is the lowest he's going to get to. Is he going to get to that? No, not for a little while. But that's kind of the baseline for what we're looking at for Team of the Week. Okay, and you're like, well, how do I profit off Team of the Week besides for pulling packs? Because based off pack pulls from last week, this something in the years past, which used to be good, which was buy old pieces to old Team of the Week because they go up because they were no longer packs. That's no longer the case. That's not a way to profit anymore. You can't speculate. They hurt the investors that way. So holding on to old pieces is not a good idea because in the packs, and I had this thing queued up, but I closed the tab. There it shows that you also get one old piece or current piece in each pack too. So don't speculate and hold old pieces. That's a few years old. That kind of logic. The other thing, let's talk about with the sets and how to make coins off those sets for Lamar Jackson. So let's go right into it. Let's look at last week's sets. What we see. The topper for Team of the Week packs is also a choice of the non-bosses. So we're going to get the limited time card that we talked about yesterday on this channel. And then with these sets. All right, so you're going to be like, well, which one's going to be more expensive? There will be no more, these cards won't be more expensive than the other ones. Because if one gets too expensive, people just choose that in the choice pack. So just know that these will basically be the same levels, especially like the 85s. Watson and Burns, their prices went up maybe a little bit later in the week because of various factors, because the Team of the Week packs no longer in the packs. It's harder to pull them out of regular packs than Team of the Week packs, but it's not impossible. So Watson and Burns are right there. Whoever these cards are next week might be solidly priced because these are kind of like the key holders to the Lamar Jackson set. So if you want to get risky, just know that, risky. If you want to gamble, and I'm not saying this is a good idea, you see these Team of the Week exchange sets, solid, okay? You can exchange some lowers from some higher. Should help bring down the price a little bit, raise the price of the lower cards. Or you can get really, really frisky and go to the big exchange sets, where the even harder to pull them exchange sets. So the prices on these ones, the 83s, will be a little bit, the 83s in this set will be a little bit lower priced than maybe the Team of the Week cards to put into the set to get it, but another really risky. I don't suggest it. I'm just saying, maybe you'll pull that 86 overall, or what I guess is 86 overall, because Lamar Jackson's a 90. Last week they were 89s. So risky. I don't know, but exchange sets are always nice. I like exchange sets, ways to arbitrage different cards for higher pulls. So generally the market figures these out pretty quickly, and it gets to kind of like a consensus level where there isn't that much a way to make coins. Like last year we were able to make coins on exchange sets because there was a way to use training for power-ups and use those things in the exchange sets, there isn't that arbitrage opportunity this year for these type of exchange sets. You just do cards to cards, so people figure out the cards on the market. All right, with that said, I think it's always a good idea to look at these sets and see what it costs to make them too, and how much Lamar, because Lamar is one of those cards that's going to be sought after. So generally when there's sought after cards and there's a big supply of pieces, people will kind of just sell their pieces on the market because they're lazy, and then the big pieces, people will buy the big cards that people want because they're also lazy and they don't want to do sets. So that's where you put in a little bit of elbow grease. You buy all these cards, you put them in a set, and you profit off selling it. That is a potential this week due to how good the Lamar card is. So just note that, put that in your head for tomorrow when this stuff goes live. And no, the first Lamars will probably be overpriced. So you probably want to get it done quick. But if you're going to go into these sets and snipe, know you're going to face very harsh competition, and maybe competition that you don't want to, or you don't have the internet connection to deal with. So know that there's going to be a lot of people hitting these Team of the Week sets. And my biggest tip, if you're going to get in here and snipe, and I do suggest sniping when packs are in cards, that's like the little key to it, know that when these things drop, they are going to be in a falling market. So like, say these things drop and the 86s or the top pieces of the card sets are going for 400k, and you see one for 350, like, oh, that could be a snipe. It might not be, because as people pull more of them, people will keep undercutting them. So just know, sniping in a falling market is not the smartest thing to do. Even when you see a deal, it might not be a deal, I don't know, 2 minutes, 30 seconds later. So be wary of sniping the falling market. I'm not saying don't do it, because there could be some good coins to be made, because in that initial confusion on the market and how much the market wants to price the Lamar Jackson at, there's going to be opportunities to make coins. So be online when it drops, as that's generally the best time to be there sniping, as people are pulling packs. The most packs are always pulled right when the content comes out. I'll be live on Twitch when it comes out pulling packs, but there it is. There's kind of like the keys to this set. Some keys to the Team of the Week. I probably have some other stuff. Yeah, of course, due to these sets, pulling right away and pulling for cards like own Lamar Jackson set might not be bad packs tomorrow, but generally Team of the Week packs are some of the worst packs we see during the week, and there's no limited time. Well, sorry, there is going to be a new limited time in packs. Oh, it's all my cards are selling right now. So there will be limited times in packs, and we're going to go to the store, and I don't know. Team of the Week will always have some tough time being valuable versus like other promo packs, but we'll do the math tomorrow, figure out those packs if they're worth it. We'll see what's going for what. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk about with Team of the Week tomorrow for Lamar. The ultimate kickoff, we know what's coming this week. Kralo tweeted out as much. He says, I'll have information on you tomorrow about when the kickoff. If I were a betting man, so they have content coming Thursday with signature cards. Fridays are usually left open for promos. Saturday are legends. So we have the Madden 10 card coming Friday. But I would think, because of how much they've probably already have done and how much they need to do, Wednesday might be a good day for Ultimate Kickoff to drop, because there's currently nothing. We obviously have heavyweights and veterans and that kind of stuff. Veterans are Friday, I believe. Heavyweights might be there too on Wednesday. So it is a toss-up how quickly they can get it finished. If they do come out Wednesday, we're going to get even more of a falling market. It's definitely generally a better time to wait. You want to wait to pick up the Lamar. Don't get it right away. As people start pulling more packs through Ultimate Kickoff and maybe pull some Team of the Week pieces there, he will fall in price as we get new cards, bring down the price of old cards. So if you want Lamar on your team, I'd maybe wait a day or two. But otherwise, back to the Ultimate Kickoff. What kind of cards will we see? It's generally a few cards. It's nothing too amazing. People just want more content, and hopefully Ultimate Kickoff will provide it. But Series 2... just a reminder, I've seen a lot of questions about this. Your trophies get cut in half going into Series 2, so try and get your John Madden done. I don't know if we're getting a physical chem for John Madden in Series 2, or if we got to wait till Series 3 or whatever later. But it is generally a good idea to get your trophies up if you're doing head-to-head at all. I'm guessing the training currency, these things go up, because the overalls on flashbacks, heavyweights, veterans are going up through the year. I'm guessing when a new series comes out, those things will go up in training price too. But we'll talk maybe more about Series 2 next week. The flashback sets, a lot of people, not a lot of people, But last week I talked about the flashback sets and re-rolling for them and how many cards I was able to get for each overall. And I rolled that. I showed on the spreadsheet. This was the 9-2s pulls from last week. And there you go. It wasn't that great of a return. I ended up losing quite a bit of coins. Or sorry, training. I lost, what is that, 2,700 training last week. 19. So here's what happened. I lost 2,700 training last week. The week before I did the same number of pulls, 100. I lost 1,900 training on 100 pulls. So what they end up doing is reweighting the 87s to the 86s as they put more 88s in packs. So while it makes conceptual sense that these packs will get more and more worth it, the flashbacks, they just reweight it. So I just want to say that again. They get reweighted. So it's unfortunate that The Economist doesn't allow us to profit off those flashback reroll sets, but that's gambling for you. You will lose if you engage in the casino and EA. If they let us win, the whole place runs amok. The Legends did go up to 91 overall, so it took us about a month, little over a month to get there, to go from the highest Legend being 90 to the Legends now being 91. So I could see that going forward at around the turn, or maybe just a month, 5 weeks after the Legend goes up in overall, the next overall. So we could see just in, middle October, these things going up to 92, November, December, 93, 94, then playoffs 95, then Ultimate Legends come out after the Super Bowl is finished. So that's kind of like on track, maybe a little bit lower than last year, but on track to what I see. The overalls going up. Of course, that just screams to me, where's our value on our 91 overall training value? Because this is the first 91 overall that's non-limited, and it is way expensive. The training values right now, if you're going to roll trainings for flashbacks, you're upgrading cards, it's between 84s and 90s. Really, you want to get over that 84 threshold, as anything below that is overpriced. But definitely in this area is where you want to be. 85s look solid. Of course, sniping's always solid too. So if you can get in the 20s for 84s, try and get in the 30s for 85s. 30s are probably harder to get in than the 20s for 84s. And then so on and so forth down the line. 87s are solid. 89s, if you need a lot of training, are good too. That's the best. The 43 ratio. So, moving back to... Oh yeah, and if you want to know about my opinion on Brian Dawkins as his expensive set piece, so generally I go over these things and why there's no Brian Dawkins. We talked about it in the Muttman podcast this week. Check that out on iTunes or my website if you don't have an Apple product, about these pieces and how hard they are to pull. I also did a video yesterday on that, but I talked to Tex and Wheels, and we talk about those kind of set pieces this week there. So I just want to kind of cross-promote myself. But let's take a look at the market numbers now. So let's switch on over to this notepad. All right, so 70 to 74s are sitting at 1,300 this week. They have gone to about 1,400. Now you're like, oh, they went up in price? No, I think it's random movement of the market. So 70 74s haven't changed really much at all since we got those sets in the game. Reminder, there is a skip week in here. Maybe I should put like a star. I should put like a star because, oh, sorry, that's not a star. That's an 8. I got to hit shift. So I did miss a week of these things because last week I did my sniping guide. I keep doing 8s. You know what? I'll come back and do stars after I finish the video. So 75 to 79s are sitting at 2,700. So again, you can show it's a little higher, but it is, again, market fluctuations, close enough in my opinion. 80s, they are at the same price, 12,750. I guess all those have gone up a little bit. You could say, oh, maybe it's a trend now. Yeah, maybe it is true. 19,700, 482s. You know what's really surprising is that like a lot of these like golds, low 80s, that you see that they went up a little bit, but after this free weekend, you kind of expect as a huge population moves into the game through the free weekend that the low overall cards would go in price, because as people get into the game, they want to get those cards, but really didn't move a whole lot for those cards at all, even with a large population coming on due to it being free. So the market is pretty freaking stable there, at least on low golds, low elites. It would be interesting to see like more what kind of like information EA has. 84 sitting at 32.6, so down a little bit. 86s, 63,000, down a little bit again. I guess that's kind of like the difference. The lower end market stayed the same or went slightly up, whereas the middle to high market, maybe that is the free-to-play players coming into the game. because everything really should have gone down if the top ends are going down, because there was no new sets to really take the low-end cards, unless people were trying to complete that Warner stuff. But there it is. The 90 overalls also down quite dramatically over the last couple of weeks. Just more cards come out, older cards go down in price, training goes down. So that's kind of like the future of the training market. It is interesting to see, though, that the training market is now going back to kind of where it was near the beginning of the year. If you recall, like this, I did this like the second week of Madden, I think, because Madden released on like a Tuesday, so it took a week. But this is basically where training was like day 1, day 2 in this 40 range of Madden. So there it is for Market Monday, kind of tracking it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, let me know what you guys think, where the market's going. If you're hyped for Team of the Week, Lamar, or the Ultimate Kickoff. It should be a good few days of content here coming up. I'm hoping for the Mutt 10 player that we get like a Deion Sanders type, because man coverage isn't OP enough as it is. But maybe Sean Taylor would be good, but we just got an enforcer in Dawkins. Anyways, thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.